Hi, my name is Colette, author of Wall Yoga, The Art of Centering. Did you know the most effective way to toughen your joints and muscles is called pressure? Wall yoga is about binding your body and putting pressure on your joints and muscles to help heal, cleanse, and toughen your body from the inside out. Come join me every week on my YouTube channel and let's work out together. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bring your chin to the floor, look at your thumbs. And come into our four. Let's bring your knees together, put your elbows on the ground, get your elbows a little close to the wall. You're going right into an inversion. You have your knees bent, your hips are over your shoulders and over your elbows as your ears are lined up to your arms. Just stay there for a moment. So as your body is pressing down to the earth, you push away with your elbows and lift your hips up. Your feet are together, your right foot to the ceiling, and feel the body weight of your right leg drop right into your elbows. Then put your right foot on the wall and put your left foot to the ceiling. Feel the body weight drop into your elbows. You should feel like your body's getting stronger and stronger. Every time we do a little bit, it makes a big difference. Put both feet back on the wall. Put both feet back on the ground. Let's take your block. You're gonna put yourself right into a deep stretch with your hands on the block and your nose to the floor. You're in your child pose. Holding deep into your child pose, your arms are perfectly straight. Your knees are apart, so you're really trying to get your forehead down to the ground as you can pull your shoulder blades down and back. Stretch your hands and even your fingers and open up your hands and just tighten your arms the best you can. Take a breath in. Good. Exhale. You're going to come on the heels of your hand. Position yourself with your block. You can just float over your block. So if you need to move your block at a place where you can kind of stack yourself up with your feet up and drop your shoulders down, but keep your hips up. And then look up. So with the heels of your hands, you're lifting your body off the floor. And actually what you're doing is you're gripping into the sides of your rib cage. So you're using your whole body to be able to hold yourself up and look up. Go into the child pose. Come back up, float up, take it slow. Shift your weight over the heels of your hands. One more time, back. And inhale up. Inhale up, look up, drop your shoulders down away from your ears, and then open up into the base of your lungs so you can pull your breath in really deep, right to the bottom of your lungs. Good, and exhale. Come in all four. You're gonna take your block and center it. Your knees are gonna be wide apart. You're going to have your knees in your left hand at a triangle position. Bring your right hand to the ceiling. So just kind of shift yourself back where you're bringing your right shoulder behind your left shoulder. And the way you could do that is where you place your left knee. So you got your right shoulder way back, your right hand extend to the ceiling. Lean back your head and let your whole body be involved in this rotation. And you just breathe into it. That's the ultimate, to really breathe into that deep stretch. And then you can take that right arm and just circle it behind you and slide it behind your back. And hold that. You exhale. Keep rotating that right shoulder back. Bring your right back up, you inhale. Open up your throat, inhale, and then take your right arm to the opposite direction. So your right arm is stretching to the opposite of your right foot, and you're stretching up. Bring your right hand back up. How about bringing your right arm underneath your left arm and bring your right arm up. Bring your right arm underneath and bring it up. One more time underneath and bring it up. And inhale it all the way up. Then look at your left hand. Bring your right hand down. Position yourself. Your knees are apart. Position yourself. Your left arm is up. How high, how open, and how far back you can bring your left shoulder. You're almost creating like a bow. And then you drop your head back and you look up at your left hand. And inhale. And then bring your left arm all the way down behind you. Keep your tummy tucked in and pivot. All your weight is in your right hand. Keep shifting back your left shoulder. Bring up your left arm and stretch your left arm far over your head again as you inhale. Breathing in and feeling the stretch. Your left arm is far from your left hip. Then bring your left arm back up and swing it under and take it up. Swing it under and take it up. Exhale under and take it up, and inhale all the way up. Look at your right hand, bring your left hand back down. Put your block back into the center. Put your wrist on your block. Then you're gonna stretch your arms out and you're gonna lower your body all the way back down. Reaching your arms long and feel the stretch coming from the tip of your fingers and reaching down to your hips. So you're gonna try to stretch your hands far from your hips. Always good to have something to relate to when you're stretching and measuring yourself and your distance to stretch further. And then come back up. Let's take your block out of the way. Let's put your hands back on the mat. Let's bring your knees back together and go into your cat. And go into a cow. And go into a cat. And go into a cow. Position yourself into your downward dog. Just that little bit of stretch, you can feel how your body's already waking up. Your feet are hip width apart. You're leaning back into the balls of your feet as you pull your tummy in and up. And your ears in front of your arms. So you're making your back muscles work. Kind of rock yourself and just keep easing the stretch in the middle of your back, right up to the tip of your shoulder blades. You can pull those muscles together and up as far as possible. The more you can stretch deep into the midsection of your spine, the taller and more upright you will stand. Your posture will be much better. In this deep downward dog, as you're rocking your hip left and right and feeling how you're actually moving your shoulder blades, then walk your hand to your feet in a forward bend. Feet are hip width apart. Bend your knees and wrap your arms around your legs as you exhale. Then put your hands on your lap for your deep chair as you inhale. And shift your shoulders back where you're stacking your shoulders above your hips and come up for your thunderbolt and extended mountain up. As you're breathing up, instead of tightening your throat, you just open your throat even more as you're inhaling up. And bring your hand to your heart. And inhale back up. And exhale your hand. Come back down to your chair. And while we're here, let's put your arm behind your back here. Hold on to your elbow. kind of rock your body a little left and right as you press your heels down as you look up and your shoulders roll back. And bring your arm back up to your thunderbolt. Bring your hand to your heart and down to your forward bend. If you're digging your heels down, then it's easy to go in transition from one position to the next. Go on your high flat back and walk your hands up. You're back in your downward dog. You pull your tummy in and up. You bring your feet together. You bring your right foot high up to the ceiling as high as you can get your right leg. Pushing away with your hand. And then swing your right foot forward. We're going to go into a deep lunge. Position yourself. You exhale, then you inhale when you start to come up. In your deep lunge, again, you're opening your throat. You're opening and pulling your breath to the base of your lungs. Bring your arms around you. Put your hand behind your back. Keep dropping your shoulders down as you're trying to plant your body into the ground. Open your arms back up. Bring your hand to your heart and you exhale. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Slide your right hand down your left leg and try to turn your head to look at your left foot. Then position yourself forward. Inhale your arm back up. Exhale your hand to your heart. Your weight is still back, but you're coming down as you exhale. Right foot is back into your plank. Lift up your body. Weight into the heels of your hand. Shoulders down to your hips. And then chaturanga. As the air goes out, you begin to prepare yourself coming up for your upward dog or cobra. Keep your throat open, drop your jaw, and keep your body relaxed. Let your jaw relax, but still your mouth is closed so you can stretch out your neck muscles. Preparing yourself, inhaling, you're gonna exhale your downward dog. Push back, you pull your tummy in and up, you bend your knees and bring your chest to your knees. Lock your hip just right. Downward dog really has to be solid and it has to be very balanced because from the downward dog, you're going into another transition. So it has to be solid and steady to move in and out of. Bring your feet together. Bring your left foot to the ceiling as you inhale. Squeeze into your left hip. Bring your left foot to your hands, you exhale. Lean back, come on up, preparing yourself as you inhale. You're inhaling and keep your throat open. And then this time, put your hand behind your head. And if you're in a good deep lunge, you should be able to get your elbows behind your ears as your shoulders drop back. And then bring your hand back up. And your hand to your heart, you're still planting deep. So you're gonna put your right hand on your left leg and your left hand down to your left foot as you're looking, or right foot as you're looking at your right foot. Good, forward. Steady your body, come back up. Bring your hand to your heart, come on down. Bring your left leg back, your back into your plank. Shift your body up. Right over the heels of your hand and chaturanga. Roll your shoulders up for your upward dog or cobra. And then when you're ready, you exhale your downward dog. Prepare with your feet together. You lift your bunda in and up like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. And your knees are bent as your tailbone is up, and you almost feel like your feet are floating off the floor. From there, as you inhale, looking at your hands, when you're ready, you can step or jump to your knees. Position yourself into your deep forward bend, your feet hip width apart. Then with your knees bent, bring your hand to the side of your feet and prepare to come up and drop your shoulders back. And then come for your thunderbolt. And then you stand up. So you're inhaling up and you're just kind of steadily plowing through from one position to the next, always being grounded. Bring your hand to your heart. Bring your arm back up and inhale. And breathe it up. And bring your hand to your heart. Now put your hand on your hip, bend your knees, and dump your feet apart. As you roll your shoulders back and you're shifting your weight into the balls of your feet as your shoulders keep dropping back down to your heels, you bring your right hand up, you look up. You bring your left hand down, and now shift all your weight into your right foot. As you inhale, this is a place where you want to kind of tighten your throat up. Let's not. Let's keep our throat open as your right hand goes up. Then bend your right hand behind your head as you're laying your weight into your right knee. And turn your head and look at your left foot. So now you're shifting your body to the right as your right elbow behind your right ear and as your left hand stretching down to your left foot. Bring your right hand up, bring your left hand up, bring your hand to your heart. Come back up, you're gonna bring your left hand up and stretch it as high as you can to keep your throat wide open. As you look at your left hand, drop your head back. Then put your left arm behind your head and look at your right foot as you shift all your weight into your left foot. Then your left elbow is way back. And you're reaching the crown of your head up as you drop your shoulders down. And then take your left hand up, take your right hand up, and breathe your breath back in. And bring your hand to your heart as you're nice and tall. Put your hand on your hips and bend your knees. And jump together. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, chair. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend. Right over the heels of your hands. Chaturanga. Inhale. Come on up for your cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale. Downward dog. Bring your chest to your knees, tailbone is up. Wrap your hips left and right. Bring your feet together, right foot up, inhale. Bring your right foot to your hands, exhale. We're going into your warrior pose, come right up. From there you inhale and you open up, left hand to the ceiling. Circle your left hand to your left leg, right hand now to the ceiling. That was an exhale. And then you inhale your right arm back up again. Look at your left foot, right arm behind your head. Reaching your left hand to your left knee. Reach your hand to the ceiling, right hand to the ceiling. Bring your right elbow to your right knee, left hand to the ceiling. Can you bring your hips forward, roll your shoulders back, and go back into that back bend? As you get your back stronger, you can start bracing your back bend to hold your position. Bring your left arm behind your back. Let your left hand touch your right leg. Roll back your left shoulder and drop down your shoulder as you're looking to the ceiling. You can feel like your whole body is really engaging into this. Then bring your left hand up to the ceiling. Look at your right foot. Bring your left hand on the outside of the mat. Bring your right foot to the outside of the mat. Take your left leg far back as you can. Lower down your left knee. Lean your body in and open up into your left hip. And then bring your right hand to the ceiling. Point your left foot to the ceiling too as you stretch out into your left leg. Kind of rock your left leg and just try to see how much you can loosen up into the front of your left hip. Bring your right hand, grab a hold of your right foot, and look over your right shoulder. And all while you're engaging and lifting your body up. Good. Bring your right hand down, position to bring your right foot back. Position yourself into your plank. And then you kind of like that. Roll your shoulders back and lift up into your upward dog and feel again that going into the middle of your back and your throat is open and you're looking up. And then prepare for your downward dog. The downward dog, you just kick your tailbone up again like you're trying to float your body up off the ground as you lift up and pull your bundle in and up. Do you feel how you're starting to really connect into the middle of your back? That's the prize, really is. That's it. If you can get your steps where you can actually feel the tip of your shoulder blade, you're able to engage into that area, then you just connected the top of your body to the bottom part of your body, bringing your body together and whole. Bring your feet together. Take your left foot to the ceiling. Push away from the heels of your hands. Inhale. Bring your left foot to your hand as you exhale. Shift back into your warrior as you're preparing yourself to circle your arms in complete circle down to your right leg and then shift up your left hand. And see how much you can separate each rib in the rib cage as your right hand's reaching down to your right heel. You can put your left hand behind your head and dig your left knee deep so you're kind of pushing your body deeper into the earth. Your shoulders are rolled back and you feel a beautiful back bend going on here. Good. Bring your right hand forward. Circle your right arm. Can you circle your right arm? Just grab your left arm. Your left arm, grab your right arm. So your left hand is gripping into your right arm as you're looking at you. Good, left hand up. Come forward, right hand up. Back into your center. Gonna bring your right hand down to the ground. Bring your left foot back, your right foot is way back. And when you're ready, your right knee to the floor. Leaning nice and deep as you're lowering down your hips and you're stretching into your right leg. You're good and ready to bring your left hand to the ceiling. So you really kind of have to get that right leg way back in order to really get a beautiful rotation here. That right knee is too close to your right hand and you really can't rotate. Point your right foot to the ceiling, have your right hand grab your left foot, roll your shoulders back, and then pull up and zip up. Let your back muscles do the job. Good, shift and look at your right hand. Left hand down. From there, bring your left leg back. You're into your plank. You inhale up and into your cup. Roll your shoulders back, pull your tummy in and up, and chin it up. Do you feel that when you're bringing your head up, it's traveling down deeper into your back? From there, exhale your downward dog. In your downward dog, your feet are together, you lift your bundle up, your knees are bent, you feel like you're bringing your chest to your knees, as your ears are in front of your arms. Relax your throat and breathe in. Looking at your hand, you inhale. And when you're good and ready, you can step the jump to your hand. Coming back into a deep forward bend, feet are hip width apart. Drop your head down, but bring your tailbone up. Drop your hips a little left and right and sink your body in. As you're planting your body and you leave the bed, you put your hand on your lap, you shift your body back, you prepare into your thunderbolt and then extended mountain and up. Keep breathing up, keep opening up. And allow your breath to travel right down to your toes. Exhale your hand to your heart. Let's keep going. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Pause, and then chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Pause, breath in. Exhale, downward dog. Feet together, right foot to the ceiling. Inhale, right leg high up. Exhale, right foot forward in your lunge. You're exhaling, and then you know exactly where to inhale. So you're able to pull your breath in and keep your body steady the whole time. Arms behind you, drop your shoulders down and lift your body up. You finish exhaling, dig your body down, and then inhale. And see how much you can expand the breath evenly from the right to the left, right into the base of your lungs. Fill yourself up. Bring your hand back up. Exhale your hand to your heart. Come down, chaturanga. Shift your weight over the heels of your hand to the ground. Finish exhaling, come on up. Look up, upward dog. When you're ready, exhale, downward dog. Tip your tailbone up, breathe in, thunder up, lean deep. Bring your left leg way up. How high can you get your left leg? When you're getting ready, swing your left foot to your hand. You're exhaling here, and then you begin to inhale. You can see if you really let all the air out as you exhale, you have a lot of room to bring the air back in when you inhale. Bring your arm behind you, pause. Go. You lower your body down, your left knee is bending deeper as you're trying to press your body into the earth, which is just giving you more power, more force to engage into your muscles in your body. Bring your arm back up and inhale. Your hand to your heart and back down. Keep that to see that your flow is easier and easier, the in and the out. And come down to your chaturanga. Let's open your legs a little bit apart. And here, do down. And lift your body up in a cobra and bring your right foot up. As you're bringing your right foot up and you're dropping your shoulders down, you can even walk your hands up a little bit to sail on your back. And just look up with your right foot up. So if you were to pass your armpit down to your hip by pushing away with the heels of your hands, then you could turn and look at your right foot as if you're trying to reach your right foot to touch your right shoulder. Good, lower down your right foot. Keep packing your arm down. Walk your hand up the mat if your back is not happy. And you can even bend your elbows. Bring your left leg up to your left foot. Good, come back down and lay all the way down. Bring your knees together and lift your body into all four. Then come back into your child pose and stretch your body out. And then come up into all four and go into your cat, into a cow, into a cat, into a cow. Position your knees a little bit apart. Put your left hand in the center. Bring your right hand up and reach your right arm as high as you can. So your knees are apart, which is allowing you to shift back your whole right side of your shoulder. And then when you exhale, you're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna slide it in underneath your left arm. You're gonna keep stretching out your right hand far to the right. And you're gonna start to lower down your right shoulder onto the mat. And again, make sure your knees are apart. So you're kind of creating a tripod between your right, tight stand, between your right shoulder and your knee. You got a triangle going. Bring your left hand to the ceiling and bring your left hand behind your back. And then have your left hand just kind of grab your right thigh. So again, you can only do this if you got a tripod going on between your right shoulder and your knees are apart. This will give you the ability to rotate your body. Bring your left hand back up to the ceiling. Put your left hand on the mat. Shift your body back up. You're into your cat. You're into a cow. Into a cat. And into a cow. Let's do the opposite. But now you got your right hand right underneath your nose. Your knees are right apart. You bring your left hand up. And you can kind of feel how you're going right underneath the armpit. Going right into the upper part of your rib cage. We're going to stretch that. And then when you're ready, you exhale, bring your left arm all the way down and reach your left arm as far as you can, and then lower down your left shoulder. You sink your body into the earth and take your right hand to the ceiling. So now if you really stack things up and you're rotated real nice and deep, then it's very easy to bring your right hand behind your back to grab your left leg. It's all about the prep. Setting up. You're setting up. Hold that as your left hand stretching far to the right. Bring your right hand back up to the ceiling. Bring your right hand on your mat, come back up, you're into all four. Bring your knees back together, go into your cat. Go into a cow. And into a cat. From here, come on into a downward dog and walk your hand to your feet in a deep forward bend. Your feet are hip width apart, you're folding down, your tailbone is up. And the crown of your head is to the earth. You might find that you're actually getting a little bit more flexible here, just in that last deep twist that your hips are opening up. Having your knees slightly bent, your foot away from the wall, put your hands on your lap, shift your weight to your hip, and that allows you to come up into your thunderbolt. And then your extended mountain is up. And you can take that breath all the way back in and up. So if all else fails, you can concentrate on your breath, taking it from all the way in to all the way out. Bring your hand to your heart. You're standing nice and tall. Your feet are hip width apart. Open your hand up and let's twist. And when you're twisting, you're dropping your shoulders down. You're bringing the crown of your head up. And you're seeing how deep you can rotate the midsection of your spine. That's the hardest spot to get to. Right at the peak of the curvature. You want to go right into that. Squeeze those muscles and make them grip them. Grip them. Come on forward, bring your hands up and inhale. Bring your hand to your heart, you exhale. Open up and shift. As you're shifting, you keep packing your shoulders down. As you keep reaching the crown of your head up. As you keep squeezing into the middle of your spine. Good. Come forward, hands up. Bend your knees, lower your body down and pause. Look at your feet, look at your knees. Are they hip width apart? Then bring your hand to your heart. Then come down to your forward bend. You fold in. All the air is out. Into a high flat back. All the air is in. Walk your hands back up to your mat. You're in your downward dog and you shift your tailbone up. Rock your hips a little left and right. Lean your chest to your knees. Having your feet together, you take your right foot high up to the ceiling. How high can you get it? You might even find it's getting it up much higher just from the hip work we did with the stretch. Can you tuck your right knee in and cross your right foot forward to the left? Can you put your right hand in the center of your mat as your right foot stretches to the left and you're in a plank, side plank here? Got to shift your weight over the hand to grip your body. Then look at your right hand, bring your left hand back down, put your hand in place. Then take your right foot to the ceiling, kick it up there nice and high. As you're pushing away with your hands. Then lower down your right foot next to your left foot. Then walk your hands to your feet in a forward bend. As you're dropping down, you pull your tummy in and up. Rock your body left and right. And when you exhale, stretch deeper as your tailbone goes up. And inhale here, let's come up like a ragdoll. Coming all the way up like a ragdoll, you inhale that up, you open that up, you breathe in and up. Feel how much higher your arms are coming up. Bring your hand to your heart, back into your deep chair. You pull your shoulders back because you want to come down slowly and steadily. Drop yourself back down to your deep forward bend. Go into a high flat back. You inhale and you walk your hands back up your mat. As you pull your bundle in and up with your downward dog, and you're making your entire spine involved in this. You're going to have your feet together. You're going to take your left foot high up to the ceiling and feel that stretch into your left hip and your left buttock as you're pushing away with the heels of your hands. And then bring your left knee in and cross your left leg far to the right. Position your left hand in the center of your mat. And then bring your right arm all the way up. And hold. Your left leg is far to the right. Look at your left hand, bring your right hand back down, both hands back into place, left leg back up to the ceiling. Breathe into your left hip and buttock. And bring your left foot next to your right foot. As you have your feet together, you can bend your knees deep. Reposition your hand so you're kind of squatting down. And you pull your bundle up as you inhale. And when you're good and ready, as you exhale, you step or jump to your hands. Exhaling down into a deep forward bend. Rock your body a little left and right. As your knees are bent and your feet are hip width apart, circle your arms around you. Bringing your arms just straight out, like you're ready to go into a thunderbolt, but you're stuck. Bring your hand behind your back, look up. And drop your shoulders down. Bring your right hand up. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left arm up. Bring your left arm down. Bring both arms up, thunderbolt, and stand up. That's serious back work to do all that. Bring your hand to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Let's dig ourselves down for a deep chair here. Do some rotation, taking your right elbow to your left knee. Position yourself so you're digging your feet down so you can turn or rotate back. You can only rotate as much as you're digging your body into the foundation. Bring your right hand to the floor, bring your left hand to the ceiling, and once again, pull your tummy in and up. You're gonna need all that you got to hold this position. Then look at your ground, look down to your feet. Fold your body down as you exhale. Look at your legs. Leaning back into the heels of your feet. Circle your arms around as your heels are planted down. Bring your arms for your thunderbolt as you dig your hips down. Bring your hand to your heart. And bring your left elbow to your right knee. Pivot. As you lower your hips down and roll your shoulders back and press your feet into the earth, You bring your left hand to your right foot. You bring your right hand to the ceiling. And close now. Look to the ground. Exhale. Be forward bend. I know those rotations in the chair pose are very difficult, but you're going to see all the deep stretching that we're doing is going to pay off, and it's all going to show up when you're in your deep rotation of the chair. You're going to see how suddenly it's doable. You fold your body into a deep forward bend. You're in a high flat back. You look up, and then prepare yourself to come back into your plank. Holding into your plank, you shift all your body into the heels of your hand to brace your body. And let's go on to your knee to a child pose again. And stretch your arms out. Reaching your arms long. Let's float on up and look up. And come back. And inhale up. And back. And one more time up. Inhale up. And back. Bring your elbows down to the mat. And this time, let's take your mat halfway up. Your elbows halfway up the mat. So your elbows about halfway up your mat. And then put your feet on the ground. Just a little distance. A little difference, making a little difference. So you're about halfway up your mat. Your elbows are on the mat. And you're pushing your feet into the wall. So you're trying to push your body into the wall. And hold. This is a little bit more doable when your elbows are farther away from the wall. Pull your tummy in and up and hold. Try to grip all that pressure into your shoulders, into your deltoid. See if you can put all that pressure right into the deltoid and the shoulders, right into the bones. If you can squeeze that muscle, you know you're going right to the bones. All right, bring your right foot down, bring your left foot down. Stretch your arms out into a deep child pose. Chin down, look at your thumbs. And then come on back up. Let's open your knees apart. Let's take the block that's next to you and put it right between your feet. Put your hand on your hip, your knees are a little bit apart. You drop your shoulders back. Your hips are forward. Your arm to the ceiling as you inhale. Your hand behind your head as you exhale. And just feel like you're getting your balance into the front of your quads. Try to get it right in the front. That way you know that you have a lot of support in going your back bend. Can you bring your right hand on the double block? Can you bring your left hand to the ceiling? And still make sure your hips are coming forward. And then inhale for this. And when you inhale, this is a typical place where you just want to lock your throat up. So let's try to keep your throat open and inhale. Bring your left hand forward, and from there you come on up. You're lifting up from your bandha. Bring your hand to the ceiling again. Bring your hand behind your head. Bring your hips forward. Drop your blades down. Good. Now bring your left hand to the ceiling. Left hand on your block and right hand to the ceiling. As you're inhaling, the challenge is can you really keep your throat open when you're in this back bend? Can you really open up and reach your right hand up and let the breath just fill up into the upper part of your lungs? Then bring your right hand forward, lifting up with your bandha and come on back up and inhale. Bring your hand to your heart and exhale. Let's come all the way back down. Let your back out of the way. From here, you're preparing yourself, bring your knees together, and you're going to go into your downward dog as you exhale. You're pulling your bunda up. You're rocking your hips a little left and right as you have your ears in front of your arms. And just kind of keep rocking a little bit as you feel your shoulder blades pulling together. Feel how much stronger your arms are. Let's go ahead from here. You're in a good downward dog. Put your feet together and take your right hand up to the ceiling as high as you can get it. And when you're ready, you're going to exhale and bring your right foot to your hand. From here, you're going to position yourself in your right leg stretch. You're welcome to grab your block and put it to the front of you. You're in a right leg stretch, your toes are in, your heels are out. You're still lifting your tailbone up. If you can't lift your tailbone up and squeeze into your leg, then your legs are too far apart. As you're folding your body down, you keep bringing your kneecaps up, including the arches of your feet. Folding is nice and deep. And then prepare yourself for your high flat back, with or without your block. If you're having trouble keeping your legs straight, then you need your block. You're looking up, you're in a high flat back, and your chin is up, but all your weight is still in the heels of your feet. In fact, you can even lift your toes off the mat as you're in this high flat back. Then fold your body back down into a deep forward fold. Now that you know that you've planted your body the best to your ability, how about if you lean into the heels of your feet and put your hands on your hips and come on up into a high flat back and then stand all the way up as you're breathing up. That's the sure way to know that you can really dig your heels down. Bring your hands now up to extending your arms up, right leg stretch. Interlace your fingers, hand behind your head, elbows are back, shoulders drop down, and you just keep lifting up. So you are engaging, embracing your body once again, and using all the muscles all the way down from the heels of your feet to the top of your shoulders. Hold back. You're in the upper back bend. Bring your hand to the ceiling. Bring your left hand to your left heel. Bring your right hand behind your head. And embrace your muscles in the back with your left hand reaching into your left heel. Then take your right hand to the ceiling and look at your right hand, drop your head back. And then circle your right hand down and take your left hand up. And reach your left hand as high as you can and look at your right foot. And your throat is wide open. And then put your left hand behind your head as you're looking at your right foot and you're dropping your shoulders down and your throat is open to breathe in again. And then bring your left hand up to the ceiling, look at your left hand. You're exhaling, you drop your head back and inhale. Make sure your weight is in the balls of your feet here. Don't lean back. Plant yourself. Good. Bring right hand up. Left hand up, look forward. Bring your hand to your heart and you exhale. Bring your hand to your hip, drop your shoulders back, and still the crown of your head is still going up. Then go back into your flat back. Now you have to shift into the heels of your feet because your weight is coming to the front. And then come on back down. All the way down into a deep forward bend. Shift yourself forward nice and deep. You're gonna find maybe you got yourself in even a deeper stretch than before. Those are all the things you look for. You're looking for a little bit of progress that says, okay, that was a good stretch. It's making a difference. From here, walk your hand up to your mat, the base of your mat. And you're gonna go into downward dog. With your hands at the base of your mat, so you're backwards in your downward dog. Hold that position as you rock your body left and right, bringing your chest to your knees as your knees are bent, squatting down. Hold that a little bit. And then walk your hand to your feet in a forward bend as you exhale all the air out. Then put your hand on your lap. Shift yourself up with all the air in for your thunderbolt. So put your arms up, pause for your thunderbolt, and then stand up. Stand all the way up and breathe all the way up. Bring your hand to your heart. Exhale. Put your hand on your hip and take a step forward. You're going to put your hands on the wall and we're going to do push-ups. So you got your hands on the wall, you're leaning into the wall, you're dropping your shoulders down and you're looking up. So this is just like a chaturanga. Same feeling. You're dropping your shoulders down and you're looking up, and you want to feel all that weight into the heels of your hands as you keep directing it into the side of your rib cage. You push away. Let's do 10 of them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're standing upright, your hand to the side, you drop your shoulders down, but you bring the crown of your head up. You bring your hand to the ceiling, you inhale up, your hand to your. Put your hands under your hip, bring your feet together, put your right arm and extend it straight out. If you have to move away, it's fine. Bring your left hand to the ceiling and balance your body on your right foot. And my mistake. You are putting your weight on your left foot. Your right knee is bent and your left hand is to the ceiling. And you're trying to drop the weight of your shoulders down to your left leg. This will allow you to bring your left hand down, bring your right foot up without bending over. Grab your right foot with your left hand, tuck your right foot in, drop back your shoulders, and keep working on shifting your weight into your left leg. Once you have your weight in your left leg, you bring your right arm up. Bend your left knee. Make sure your left knee is bent. Bring your left hand up, your hand to your heart. Good, straighten out the leg. Bring your arm back up and inhale. Bring your hand to your heart and exhale. Put your left hand now on the wall, in your right leg. Drop your shoulders back and your right hand is to the ceiling. Lower down your right hand, bring up your left foot, tuck your left leg in, drop your shoulders back, bend your right knee, embrace yourself. And if all the weight is in your right leg, it makes it easy to bring up your left hand and your right hand because your right leg is strong. And bring your hand to your heart and hold the hand on the wall, both feet back on the wall and push up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay on 1. Your chin is up, your shoulders are down, you're dropping your blades down, and then just turn and look at your left foot. Then look up, and turn and look at your right foot. And look up. Stand back up, arm to your side, circle your arm back up and inhale. Take a long, steady breath in as you're inhaling. Bring your hand to your heart and exhale. One more time up, inhale. Pull that breath in and up. Hand to your heart, exhale. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.